Welcome. Welcome, families, friends, and guests, to Pitzer College's 52nd commencement. This is a day of joy and celebration. My heartfelt congratulations to you, the class of 2016. The class of 2016 hails from 28 states and 7 countries. You range in age from 20 to 52. I hear it's the new 30. You have lived on and off campus and have juggled the demands of school, work, and family. You and your families have made sacrifices to make it to this graduation day, a ceremony of passage from one chapter of your life to the next. 21 of you are the first in your family to graduate from college. And to all of our new resource students and your families, I offer you a special congratulations. As non-traditional age college students, you bring a unique diversity of knowledge and lived experience to our classrooms and to our community. And we thank you and applaud you. Here with us on this happy occasion are members of our Board of Trustees and our Board Chair, Shahan Sohikian. I would like to express my appreciation to Pitzer College staff members for their dedicated efforts today. In particular, I would like to acknowledge Commencement Coordinator Katie Toole, our Commencement Committee, groundskeepers and staff from facilities and maintenance, custodial and housekeeping, food services, and every office on campus that worked together to create this beautiful occasion. The graduating class elected Professors Roberta Espinoza and Brenda Sarathi as the student marshals. Our faculty marshals are Professors Halford Fairchild and Judy Grabner. Students also elect a member of the Pitzer staff to be their guests, to thank them for their generosity of spirit. This year, the students chose facilities staff member Dominic Salcido. Roberta, Brenda, Hal, Judy, and Dominic, please arise again so that we may congratulate you on these honors. This year, we sadly witnessed the passing of cherished Pitzer faculty members. Professor Emeritus of Economics, Harvey Botwin, Professor Emeritus of Biology, Clyde Erickson, Professor Emeritus of History, Alan Greenberger. We also lost beloved Pitzer community members Chris Freeberg, Jackie Lewis, and Elias Tejeda. We remember these special individuals today and every day for the great influence they had and continue to have on our community. How about a round of applause for them? We have 4 professors who will be joining the ranks of our distinguished emeriti faculty. one of whom is unable to be here today. I would, however, like to thank him for his 30 years of dedicated service to Pitzer College. Former Dean of the Faculty and Professor Alan Jones. I also learned that Professor Deepa Basu couldn't make it at the last minute. So Deepa, if you're watching, I ask you to rise where you are because I want to read this about Professor Basu. A member of the Sociology and Africana Studies field groups, Professor Basu joined the Pitzer faculty in 1995. Providing over 20 years of dedicated service to Pitzer, she focused on such areas as African and Asian diasporic issues, economics and changing consumption patterns, ethnicity, gender, and race in popular culture, film and media representation, globalization, and urban policies. She taught students about class, caste, and colonialism, literacy of self and society, urban life in Los Angeles, race, place, and space, and hip-hop. Deepa, your teaching and vivacious spirit have inspired generations of Pitzer students, and your incredible strength has inspired all of us in the Pitzer community. You will be missed by us all. Please join me in recognizing Professor Emerita Deepa Basu. Professor Halford Fairchild, please rise. A member of the Psychology and Africana Studies field groups, Professor Fairchild joined Pitzer College in 1993. In the past 23 years, he has focused on such areas as social psychology, African American psychology, and intergroup and race relations. Professor Fairchild has dedicated his professional life to working with students to enlarge their intellectual and professional horizons. He taught students introductory psychology, special topics in African American psychology, and various courses in social psychology. Hal, your wit, humor, spoken word poetry, and photography skills will be missed greatly. Please join me in recognizing Professor Emeritus Halford Fairchild. And lastly, Professor Judy Grabner, please rise. Professor Grabner is the Flora Sanborn Pitzer Professor of Mathematics. Since joining the Pitzer faculty in 1985, Professor Grabner has been the backbone of the mathematics field group and a great mentor to her peers. Professor Grabner's research on the history of mathematics and science has earned her many national honors, including 4 Lester R. Ford Awards for Best Article in the American Mathematical Monthly, making her the only 4-time winner in the 51-year history of the award. She taught students calculus, mathematics in many cultures, the history of mathematics, and mathematics, philosophy, and the real world. Judy, you enriched our community with your eloquence, your wisdom, your support for the chaplaincy of the Claremont Colleges, and your ever-vigilant efforts to remind us all of our right and responsibility to vote. Please join me in recognizing Professor Emerita Judy Grabner. Also this year, we have 2 Pitzer College board members who, after many years of dedicated service to the college, have been elected by their trustee colleagues to emeritus trustee status, Susan Doljen and Bill Brunger. Susan Doljen is a Pitzer parent whose daughter Lauren graduated in 1997. Susan has been a member of the Board of Trustees since 1995. She served on the Trustee Development Committee and Nominating and Governance Committee. and was committed to supporting residential life on campus. The college is deeply appreciative of Susan's exceptional generosity of service and commitment for the past 21 years. Susan can't be here today, but let's give her a round of applause. Bill Brunger, please rise. Bill is a Pitzer parent whose son Chris graduated in 2001. Bill has been a member of the Board of Trustees since 1998 and has served on the Trustee Budget Committee, the Audit Committee, the Executive Committee, where he served as Vice Chair, the Development Committee, where he served as Chair. He also traveled to international Pitzer program sites in Nepal and Costa Rica with other trustees. Bill's exceptional service and leadership and his generous commitment of nearly 20 years of creativity and intellect have been instrumental to the growth of the college. Please join me in thanking Emeritus Trustee Bill Brunger. One of the paradoxes of speaking about Pitzer students is that although they are drawn to the college by our core values and our unique mission, there is indeed something distinct about our undergraduates, something that stands out even among our Claremont College's brethren. That distinction is that our students possess an unquantifiable amount of unabashed individuality. And before I start talking about the individuality of our multifaceted, multi-talented, and multilingual students, I'd like to tell you a story. It's by author and college president Nito Cubain about a famous football coach and his running back, Johnny. So Johnny was recruited for his tremendous potential. And the coach, a former running back himself, taught Johnny all the best moves and all the best skills. In the key game of the season, and against the best and most intimidating defensive line in the league, must have been playing the Sagehens, the coach told the quarterback to give the ball to Johnny. On the first play, the quarterback fakes a handoff to Johnny and keeps the ball. The quarterback gets clobbered by the defensive line. The coach yells back to the quarterback, "Give the ball to Johnny." Again and again, the quarterback fakes the ball to Johnny, only to get creamed holding the ball. On fourth down, the coach calls back the quarterback to the sideline finally. "I thought I told you to give the ball to Johnny," says the coach. "I know, coach," says the quarterback, "but Johnny says that he doesn't want the ball." The moral of this story is never hand the ball to someone who doesn't want it. Seniors, throughout your time here at Pitzer, you have never shied away from the ball. You have always accepted it, and each time you have run with it, blowing past all of the standard goalposts. You have mentored hundreds of local age students. You worked with women who are rebuilding their lives at Prototypes. You taught day laborers English at the Pomona Economic Opportunity Center and wrote poetry with incarcerated youth at Camp Offlerbaugh Page. When Pitzer was named to the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll for the 7th time, it was because of students like you and the tens of thousands of hours you volunteered to worthy causes. You not only tended to communities near campus, you traveled all over the globe, learning and contributing along the way. Of your graduating class, 135 of you studied abroad in 33 countries, living with host families and speaking everything from Arabic to Setswana in classrooms and kitchens around the world. And to Jael, Evie, Lindsay, Natasha, Lisa, Ethan, and Nika, I want to express my utmost respect and admiration to you. Very few of us here today can begin to imagine what you went through, not only when 2 devastating earthquakes struck while you were studying abroad in Nepal, but also during the many months following your return. I ask all of us here to applaud your strength as I say to you, Namaste. Graduates, During your time at Pitzer, you have stepped outside the classroom to serve as president of the Latinx Student Union and to present a research paper with a Pitzer professor in Honduras. You volunteered locally with Jumpstart and taught low-income middle school students in the Bay Area. You've managed Pitzer's Green Bike program and now plan to teach people how to play bike polo while you're researching the National Constitution on a Fulbright scholarship in Japan. You're a human biology major who helps people struggling with hearing and speech disorders. You're a biophysics major who makes bikes out of bamboo and teaches Pitzer professors how to surf. You are the inaugural first-gen intern at Pitzer's Institute for Global Local Action and Study, and you have worked tirelessly to help increase access to college for low-income and minority students. You're a biochemistry major who has developed vaccines from plant viruses at Pitzer's Vaccine Development Institute and studied abroad in Botswana, Costa Rica, and Ecuador. You're the writer and producer of a web-based comedy sketch known for such classics as Thoughts We All Have in the Library. You're more than eco-friendly, you're eco-fierce. Two of you co-founded Pitzer's Food Recovery Initiative, which has donated more than 1,000 pounds of leftover food from the dining hall since December. You created an illustrated and detailed green guide for the college, letting us all know how to reduce, reuse, and recycle. You've tended the organic garden, run the Eco Center, and put on programs for the Robert Redford Conservancy that explore the best solutions for the biggest challenges facing our world today. You are sculptors and painters and material engineers who can create art out of anything. You even figured out how to mix saltwater solutions with clay and ink to create topographical works of beauty. To our nearly 24 first-generation college students, I know that you might not have had family footsteps to follow here, but you had family members behind you all the way, many of who are here with you today. During your time at Pitzer, you have earned your diplomas and our unending admiration. You are graduating today as Fulbright Fellows, Robert Day Scholars, Gilman Scholars, Chicano Latino Annual Scholars, San Diego Foundation Scholars, Academic All-Americans, and American Education Research Association Fellows. Wherever you go from here, know this path you forged to and through college has not only changed your life, it has already changed the lives of your siblings, cousins, even neighbors, and inspired all of us. Pitzer students have been co-partners in Sagehand Athletics for nearly 45 years, joining forces with Pomona College in 1972, the same year that Title IX became law. Athletes are called double threats if they play two sports, right? Well, we consider our students triple and even quadruple threats because of their off-field accomplishments and that they often rival their on-field achievements. As Sagehands, you have won 10 SCIAC championships over your 4 years here. As individual athletes, you're a women's lacrosse star who led your team to back-to-back SCIAC championships while scoring points for the planet through your efforts to raise awareness about climate change. You're a record-breaking and record-holding diver who spent summer in Alaska studying the acoustics of humpback whales, and then helped lead the women's swim and dive team to the SCIAC championship this year. You played on the women's soccer team that scored its most successful season in history on its way to the SCIAC championship and had its first ever victory in the NCAA tournament. You're part of the women's tennis team that earned the title co-champions of the SCIAC and that won the ITA Indoor National Championship. And at 2 p.m. today, you'll be facing either the Banana Slugs or the Pioneers in the second round of the Women's NCAA Tennis Championships. Go Sagehands. You've played on both the women's soccer and lacrosse teams, and although you've barely had an off season between your two sports, you just won a Fulbright to Taiwan. You are not only one of the fastest distance swimmers in Sagehand history, you're a Writing Center Fellow who shared your way with words with international writing tutors in Germany. 3 days ago, one of you was named SCIAC Offensive Athlete of the Year in women's lacrosse, while another was named to the first team All-SCIAC, also in women's lacrosse. And to all our seniors who are headed into the NCAA tournaments in the days to come, talking to you, women's lacrosse, good luck, and remember, you'll be going into the game not just as SCIAC standouts, but as Pitzer graduates. The awards you've won reflect the breadth of your talents. So far, 13 of you have been awarded Fulbright Fellowships, which are designed to promote world peace. Our 2016 Fulbrighters will be teaching English and conducting research in 9 countries around the globe: Bulgaria, Italy, Japan, Malaysia, Mexico, Nepal, Spain, Taiwan, and Vietnam. You have also won a wide range of other local and national awards, including an American Education Research Association Fellowship, a Japan Exchange and Teaching Fellowship, a Napier Fellowship, Award for Creative Leadership, a Teachers for Vietnam Fellowship, a Kemper Scholarship, a Coro Fellowship in Public Affairs, a Politeia Prize, a Carl Hertel Award, and 2 Carol and Sam Tannenbaum Awards. We also have 2 Gilman International Scholarship winners, 2 Udall Environmental Scholarship winners, and 2 Watson Fellowship winners in our midst. After graduation, your plans include attending graduate school at Berkeley Law, Cal State Fullerton, Azusa Pacific, San Francisco State, Naropa University, Notre Dame Law School, St. Mary's College, Berklee College of Music, Rhode Island School of Design, the University of Washington, Vanderbilt, USC, Columbia University, Sichuan University, Claremont Graduate University, the University of San Francisco, Western University, Boston University, Oregon State University, and Stanford University. You will begin careers as an elementary school teaching assistant, a wedding videographer, a junior research specialist in biomedical engineering, a voice coach and opera singer. You will be an account executive at Yelp and a project coordinator at Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. You'll be starting jobs at Wells Fargo, Glacier National Park, UCSF, Seattle Children's Hospital, AmeriCorps, and the Getty Foundation. Seniors, these past 4 years have included wonderful, terrible, and turbulent times around the world and here at home. But because of you and all that you represent, we know that our shared future will be brighter. Congratulations to you.